genre you felt like? Because I remember seeing a showcase where you've danced to heavy metal and you did a book with country and things like that.
That's electric boogaloo. He's saying like about that popping is funk styles. That means funk music and funk concepts. It was the point of electric boogaloos. There were so many misinterpretations and misquoting of us. There was a lot of people trying to bury everything that we said and saying that we only dance to one music. No, we said when you learn how to pop, learn to funk. And then they would misquote it. Oh, they don't like other music. So we decided on several showcases to pop. Pete did a country song, I did a blues song, Sugar Pop did a Marvin Gaye, and we kept doing that to show no, we love all music. We just said when you're learning popping, learn it to the music it came from. When you're learning breaking, learn it to breaks, you know. Then you can do what the hell you want. You have the freedom, you know. So I didn't start that. That was Electric Boogaloos, to show that we can dance to anything, you know, and we still will do that, you know.
How do you feel about people using moves that you created?
I mean, I'm honored always, you know, when I see a cat do something that I did and they did it, you know, if I had $5 for every time they did a cross-leg round movement, I could retire. I'm seeing all kinds of stuff, but the truth is I give it the 1 year rule. 1 year, that's it, and then you gotta flip it. If you're a beginner, you got 1 year to bite. After that, no more biting. You know, they say if you don't bite, you starve. So you gotta bite. There's no doubt about that. I hate that people say they don't bite. That's BS. You're supposed to bite and then flip it. You can be a professional b-boy, papa, laka, rocker, maka, flaka, haka. I don't care what you call yourself. And you can still bite, but you gotta change it. That's all. That's all it is. You just gotta change it. Make it put your name on it.
Like we're building a bridge between street dancers here. We're a bit behind on the world, really. We think we've got so much barriers, but we're probably recognizing that there really are no barriers, and now we're like reconciling those gaps. What are some of the ways that you've experienced, bonding with other dance styles, and how can we build that mutual respect?
Well, I feel out here the first thing that my queens and our keys showed me is the culture here, and you're not in lack of culture in New Zealand. And I think that's the first thing you have to look at is the culture and the land and how you could utilize everything that goes on in New Zealand, be it in the streets or in the past. I think that's the first thing. That's what kind of separates y'all from everyone else, you know. And that's the first place I would look. And me, I'm Latino, I'm Puerto Rican doing popping. And the first thing that they told me in Electric Boogaloos is do that Latin thing, man. Do that Latin thing, So I started doing like Latin moves within my popping. They were always encouraging me to be Latino while I'm popping and express my culture with their dance, because that dance is from Fresno. I'm from New York. And it worked. And then I started bringing in other things like the 52 hand styles that I did as a kid. I started, they encourage to put your own thing on top, and I would encourage y'all to dig into your past, your history, your parents, and find things and utilize it.
Yep, I just have a question about when you're, the concept of calling out other b-boys or other dancers. Well, my career seemed to call out more than out of beef, but more into challenging others to see where you are, just for the fun of it as well. But lately, I'm getting a vibe where people take that as more of a disrespect, as they get offended when they get called out, and there's a lot of negative emotions behind it. But just on your opinion,
honestly, I get offended when a b-boy, Papa Laka, asks me, why did I lose that battle? And I say, what battle? You only went 1 round. That ain't no battle. You got to go 10 rounds, man. Get in the circle, go 10 rounds, and then ask me. I think the call out, whether they take it personal or not, that's street. That's how it started. I never ciphered. I just smoked people in the cipher. I don't throw my moves out in the cipher. Never did that. Unless I was going to burn somebody. I just partied. When I was ready to jump on somebody and smoke them, yeah, I ciphered. But I was throwing my moves at somebody to make them count. Not to take the weight off my move, so that, man, I ciphered that move so much when I finally threw in the battle, cats wasn't really feeling it. I didn't do that. Everything had a purpose, and a burn is a burn, a freeze is a freeze. That's done for battle, not for ciphering, man. Go party. And then when you're ready to smoke somebody, you open up that circle and call them out. And if they take it personal, then they're in the wrong field, We're supposed to be testing our skills against each other.
How did you go into creating the Wiggle Walk?
Interesting, man. The Wiggle Walk is a move that I saw originally, the concept from Baryshnikov in the movie White Knights. And you know, we're always looking for a new move in the concept, and that movie was incredible. And then out of nowhere, he did that, a bugged out slide going forward. It was, I guess, some kind of ballet footwork step. And I took it and I did it in a showcase, and I got no applause. So I added a little locking step in the middle of it, and then I added a person that taught me how to bop. Her name is Bopping Tangerine. She was a student of Bop and Dre, and people don't know she relocated to New York in the early '80s and danced with Magnificent Force, a little clique that we had, and she taught me the scarecrow pose that she did. So I did the scarecrow pose and the wiggle walk, and the rest is history. Now Justin Bieber's doing it. He owed me like 10 grand. 10 grand. I put a number on that one.
Do you always name your moves if you create them?
Always name your moves, just for cataloging purposes, but also so that the word will get out. When you throw that move, you give a name, then you coin the phrase of that move, and then it's yours, you know, put a stamp on it. I always also, whenever I get an opportunity to do film, I hit one of my trademarks in that. I make it part of the contract that I gotta be able to hit a trademark so that the move is mine. There's a year and a clip that goes with it. You're gonna have to get a clip for that video. So that's what that was like my little trick, you know.
What's some advice on creation, like spontaneous creation?
Freestyle is the key style, brother. Freestyle is the key style. We get so caught up sometimes in creating that we forget about the music and the love of music. Half my moves came from mistakes, from just flowing and freestyling. And I don't know where an idea or move comes out, aside from getting ideas from influences like I did from Baryshnikov. But creating is freestyling. That's a gift from the Almighty. That has nothing to do with us. That's just something that you tapping into in the universe, you know. So freestyle is the key style. Put music on and just get down. Don't think.
I originally started dancing like learning choreography, like what some people call new school. But I hear a lot of disrespect from both sides. Just want to know your personal opinion.
Well, one dance style should never disrespect or hate on another dance style. It's all dance, and I think that's yeah, exactly. No hate in the game of dance. So either style, we shouldn't say choreography style sucks. It's hard. It's hard to get moves in perfect sync with the person next to you, and you know, and to memorize all that, and then to execute it and perform it with energy. That's difficult. It's not. It's the argument is not in the dance itself. It's in semantics. The word hip hop, and technically breaking b-boys, b-girls, and party dancers are hip hop dancers. Now the problem is when I go around the world, I'm getting these weird categories. They'll say, okay, we're gonna have the hip hop category and the b-boy category, and in my mind I'm like, what? That don't even make sense. In my generation, that don't make sense. The b-boys are hip hop. It don't get more hip hop than a b-boy or b-girl. There is no category that separates hip hop and breaking. And then I would argue with promoters. So what's this category hip hop, and why aren't b-boys? Well, they're not hip hop dancers. I'm like, what? You mean Ken Swift and Legs are no longer hip hop? Did you send them the memo? Do they notice? You know, they got kicked out. I mean, they helped bring it. So that confuses people. Technically, it's not. It really is not hip hop. That's not a disrespectful statement. It came from a beautiful style based off of street jazz. The sharp movement and the technique is based off of jazz dancers incorporating hip hop moves. In New York, it was common knowledge that was street jazz. It was respected. We performed with street dance artists. They would do this incredible choreography. We would come in with freestyle, and it was a beautiful relationship. And it was a nice hybrid. But when these people, like a cat like Omar, went to California, they started calling him a hip hop dancer. He didn't. They did. That's where the confusion happened. And then other choreographers just labeled themselves hip hop. It's a money-making word. It's gold. It's platinum, you know? You say I'm hip hop, that's it. Real hip hop choreography would look more like what Elite Force did in Mariah Carey videos. It's not clean. It's not supposed to be. When you get 10 freestylers in one floor and you try to get them to match arms, their ego won't allow it. Hell no, I ain't doing it like you, motherfucker. You do it like me. You know, it's not gonna happen. Hip hop choreography is basically freestyle. But again, it has nothing to do with the style that choreography style dancers do. It's a beautiful style. It's just semantics. We got to get the words correct, and we got to move on. You know, and street jazz is a legit terminology. It's a beautiful hybrid, and we should all respect it.